Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Gamma Roundtable. Today, as always, you're joined by me, Mulder, otherwise known as Faye, and
On here once again.
And Crash here, per usual.
on today's episode, we are discussing the 1967 movie Gamma vs. Gyaos, which is the debut of Gamera's arch enemy, as I said last time.
Mm-hmm. You know, Gyaos, is that how you say his name?
Gyaos.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay. He's a really interesting monster. This movie was very fun.
Yeah, finally. So, yeah, who wants to go first with their rating before we get into it?
I guess I can just give one right away. I'd probably give this one just like a 7 out of 10. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And it's probably my favorite one of the three so far.
Ton.
Yeah, I think this one gets a 7.5 out of me, honestly.
Nice. For me, I would give it a 7. I think this one's pretty good. And for me, unfortunately, the last one, at least from my memory, but we'll see. We'll see. There might be a King Kong lives in there somewhere. So yeah. So this one, we have the return of Noriaki Yuasa, who was brought back after Gamera vs. Barugon. Did not succeed the way Dai hoped it would. So they were like, "Oh fuck, go back. Let's make it more for kids again." But I feel like this one, and you guys might disagree, but I feel like I know Ton, you agree with me on this. I think it's interesting how this one feels like a nice middle point between the two films.
Yeah, I would definitely agree too. Because the first one was very much really kind of silly and also boring.
Yeah.
While the second one was a lot more down to earth and serious, but it kind of got muddled in that. There was not a lot of interesting stuff, and this one really manages to combine the two, I think, and it has a nice balance of seriousness and levity, and also just fun monster stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Noriaki,
go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. I think Noriaki really found a nice balance with this one. It doesn't feel a lot more kind of. I keep doing this. I'm sorry, Gamera fans, but Showa Godzilla-esque with a nice mix of that kind of fun kid appeal. He obviously likes, but then it still has a bit more of that kind of darker element that Barugon added. So I think this is a nice balance.
See, Crash, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna go into one of the characters, but I'll let you go first.
No, I was actually gonna get into the characters too, so go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, so a returning thing from the first one was obviously the kid protagonist, this one, or at least one of them. Eiichi, that's his name, right? The kid.
Yeah.
He's okay. Between Toshio and Eiichi just fucking wins by a million.
Yeah.
He's way better. He's much more endearing, and he's not constantly trying to get himself
exactly
killed.
see that's something which you pointed out. I hadn't realized that somehow. Toshio in the first movie, he's just a fucking little shit in that movie. He's obsessed to a stupid level.
Yeah,
where he puts himself in danger. Eiichi here feels like an actual kid.
Absolutely.
In an endearing way. He's not fucking trying to get himself killed. He's interested in Gamera, but they tone it down a lot. And it helps that in this one Gamera's heroic. So it feels more endearing. And beyond that, like you said, he's not getting himself involved in the middle of the action per se. He's around in a way that makes sense. Initially, the first reason why he gets involved is that journalist fucking bribes him into taking him to the cave. Pretty much. And I like how at first he's hesitant to do it. So that's why the journalist has to make him do it by oh, Gamera's there. So he's already more competent than Toshio in his opening scene. by having the logic of not going with a stranger to a strange cave.
Yeah, I can imagine Toshio's like, yo guys, Gamera's in this. Oh, hell yeah. So he runs in all by himself. Because he like you were saying, he has a fascination, but he knows obviously not to get involved in the middle of it. Gamera's not about to pick him up and cradle him and shit.
and unlike in Gamera, the giant monster, where it's why is Toshio here? It makes sense that Eiichi is with them because he was the only person to see Gyaos up close.
Yeah, exactly. So they're getting all the information of him and everything they know about him. At least from the first point of finding out who Gyaos is.
And like, unlike Toshio, where like Toshio's childish moments are annoying, Eiichi's childish moments are kind of endearing because they make. I don't know. It's just I don't know if it's the acting. I don't know if it's the writing. Something about it, like the bit where they name Gyaos and they try to ignore his name, and I'm just like, no, you idiots! His name is Gyaos. I said it. And they're like, okay, his name's Gyaos.
I thought that was pretty funny. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was like, the sound he makes sounds like Gyaos. They're like, yeah, okay, whatever. He's like, no, it's Gyaos. Like, fuck, whatever. He's might as well. He's not going to stop complaining about it. So they just name him that. But yeah, it's like he just feels a lot more like an actual kid, like you said. He's definitely one of the better child characters.
Mm-hmm.
Although I don't know that for sure because I haven't seen the rest of the Gamera movies, but I get a feeling he's one of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. Eiichi's worked a lot more naturally into the plot. He's a lot more humanistic. Plus, he doesn't abuse turtles, so that's a plus. Beats the hell out of his toys, though, but you know that's not unrealistic. Like I really like how he gets involved. Like you guys said, it's a lot more natural.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just very endearing as a character. He has a lot of like cute kid moments that don't feel like kind of almost goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like
there's no not to cut you off. Like there's no moments like Toshio insisting Gamera's fucking Tibby.
Oh
my god, yeah.
Or like Toshio collecting rocks and shit in his backpack.
Mm-hmm. And I really like how he like helps out in like a sensible way, like his observations, being able to like notice things about Gyaos and his behavior that helps the adults out in their military planning. It was cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. So another scene with Eiichi I really like also because, and I feel like his emotional stuff here is a lot better than Toshio's. I really like the scene where all the villagers are getting on his grandpa for telling them not to sell, and then the property value gets fucked because of Gyaos. What's funny enough, I'll point out, it's really funny how this is like one of the few kaiju movies to actually address what would happen if there was a kaiju in your neighborhood. and how would that fuck up property value? That's a really funny plot point in this, but it makes sense.
It's true. Yeah, I love it though. It's like no one's trying to live there, dude.
So it's funny how not funny, but I like how when they're all getting on him, and then Eiichi's like, "Everybody, fuck off! Stop being mean to my grandpa."
I saw he's just like throwing shit at them.
Yeah.
Oh, that also reminds me. You pointed out semi-related, but it's the second time where like kid protagonist has someone that's like literally like a mom, but it's supposed to be their older sister.
Yeah, that happened again.
What's her name? I forget.
Oh, what was her name? Let me look. I have the page open.
Yeah. I think
Sumiko.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you pointed this out. I was like, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Like they're
I'm
like,
not sure what's up with it either.
No moms, only really, really older sisters.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if maybe that was more of a thing in 1960s Japan.
That's true. Could be very much a cultural thing.
Yeah.
The director, I don't know. Who knows? I just think it's a funny.
Yeah, it is funny that this is the second time in the series that this has happened. And the other thing which I find enjoyable also, I like how the main representative of the capitalist stuff isn't a dick per se. Like I like how the workers in this are just there to work and they're not assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they do with the whole kind of capitalism element to this, they do kind of a nicer balance where it's just like everyman versus everyman kind of situation where you have the villagers, they're trying to look out for themselves and get money for losing their homes, but then you have the workers who just want to get their checks and go home.
Yeah.
So it definitely presents a more nuanced conflict, which I think
see, not to cut you off. I love how they set up where it's like, the villagers are being forced to give up their homes, and then they cut, and it's them pretending to not like it so they can get more money.
It's like kind of obvious, like there's a little bit of greed in everyone, but it's not like obnoxious with it.
Yeah, and also speaking of the workers, well, first off, we have our first, maybe not our first, but this is like the first time I recognize an actor coming back. Kojiro Hongo, sorry, is back from Gamera versus Barugan. He was the main guy in that too.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
I was wondering. This guy looks kind of familiar. Was he the
He was he was the younger brother pilot.
Okay.
Who was the main character? He was the main
Yeah.
criminal guy. And he's back here, so he must have enjoyed doing Barugan.
yeah. It's cool
Or they
game.
paid him a lot.
Mhm.
Or
Either
they
way.
paid him a lot. I
Yeah.
imagine it's pretty fun to do these kinds of things, but it's like in with Toho, they brought back Akira Takarada.
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah, he came back a lot in the Godzilla films. So I feel it's probably the same thing here. But it was funny that he was the first one where I recognized somebody coming back.
Mhm.
I wonder if we'll see more of that.
Same role too, where he's the lead male character too, which I think is fun.
Just two identical people in this world. They got to meet up sometime.
Something else I also really like that I was going to bring up. The two workers that stay with him after everybody else leaves are so funny.
Oh, they're hilarious.
Oh yeah, did they get? I forget the names, but like they get to the farm because they're trying to get milk, and the guy's like, "Fuck off! This is all your fault. My animals are gone." They're like, "We just got here." Like, no, it's your fault. Gyaos got released. Go, and they're just like, "Fuck! Like, what do I do? I did nothing."
They're just like, damn, we're really not getting milk, huh?
and I love the bit where they get put in charge of guard duty, and they fall asleep.
Oh, yeah,
Your one job.
And at least they woke up as soon as Gyaos came out.
That's true, I guess. Technically, they're doing their job.
But yeah, I would say, just in general, because we're talking about it, I think the characters in this film are really nice. I don't think they're as fleshed out as Baragons, if that makes sense. But in a weird way,
Yeah,
I think here they're more enjoyable.
Yeah, I think this cast is a lot more like kind of charming in their own way. Like they're flawed people, but they're not like a bunch of thieves like the last
I
movie.
think part of it is just like what the plot has them doing, so they get to shine a lot more. Whereas I feel like Barugan, a lot of times they were just stuck like in an office trying to like figure out a plan, but get to the characters shine, even though they had a little more depth to them in their background. So like here, the characters definitely had a lot more stuff to do.
Something else which I noticed too, the failed plans here don't feel as obnoxious as they do in Barugan.
Definitely, yeah, because like they make progress, they succeed. It's not like they just absolutely fail.
Yeah,
you know, like with I forget when Gyaos gets his fucking foot torn off for the first time.
Yeah,
he's about to die, and that's when they learn something really important too.
Yeah,
about how, like he shrinks in the sunlight or burns.
Yeah, burns in the sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
Which
like, yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say you see progress from that with the failures.
Mm-hmm. I like how with the spinning top they try to do to him, which is such a funny plan. I love it. Get him so fucking dizzy he can't fly away and burns in the sun. What I like with that is even though it fails, it delays Gyaos long enough that Gamera can stop him.
Yeah,
which is enjoyable to me. I like that kind of stuff because in Barugan, like you said, while there was progress, there was more of like stopping with it. This one feels more like a natural progression.
Yeah, exactly. Like their stuff is going forward. They're not just like, all right, back to square one. They learn something new and apply it to their next plan. And I think that just makes it a lot more. It doesn't feel so stagnant. Like, okay, well, they're just gonna try something different this time, I guess.
Yeah. Which I think, speaking of monsters, might be a good time to start talking about Gamera, who goes through a pretty big shift in this movie.
Definitely. So 2 movies in, and now he's a good guy now.
Yep.
And the reason for that is because, as I said last time, I think he got his fill of the Earth culture. He's like, you know what? Kind of like it here. It's kind of epic, kind of beautiful. So I think I'm going to do some good here. That's at least what I think, because the movie doesn't really give us the reason why.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's much more heroic now. He's about trying to fuck up Gyaos, I guess, because Gyaos is just fucking stuff up, right? That's why he stops him. It wasn't anything personal, right?
I don't think so.
He just kind of saw him, was like, I don't like that guy.
like like his attitude, his disposition.
He's pretty rude.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's interesting with Gamera in this is that his transition to being a hero feels a lot more natural here. Like compared to Baragon where they had the mandatory scene of him like smashing up the dam. Here Gamera's intro is just him eating lava
Yeah,
when
walking
Mount
into a
Fuji
lava.
he falls in, which was
And fucking
hilarious.
dies. Okay.
So it just feels a lot. They sell heroic Gamma a lot better here. So like they have a nice moment where he saves Eiichi,
Yeah.
Gyaos, not Gyaos,
Gyaos,
Gyaos. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
SMH saying the title of our fantasy novel instead. But yeah, with Gamera, I feel like the heroic turn actually suits him more, and I'm glad they stopped trying to just be Godzilla with this one. I just find it funny how they don't really even bother trying to explain why Gamera's no longer an asshole.
Mhm.
like in Godzilla,
he saw what Godzilla was doing. I was like, it's kind of nice.
And I know, comparing whatever, blah blah blah. but in Godzilla, they devote like a whole movie to Godzilla's facial turn in Ghidorah.
Mhm.
And they have like Matra like Godzilla, Rodan, can you two stop being assholes? We have to fight this giant space dragon. That's more important. And Godzilla and Rodan are like, okay. And like that's how Godzilla stops being an asshole. Which like it's very Showa, but at least they tried to explain it. But like here, it's just like, oh, Gamera's a good guy now. He's saving kids. He's letting kids ride on his back. I do like that initially the human characters besides Eiichi are like, what the fuck? Why is Gamera a good guy?
Yeah.
But like besides that, they don't explain it. So I guess Crash, your explanation is as good as we're gonna get here.
We're gonna go with the Crash King.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Gamera just decided to stop being an asshole. He was like, I like it on Earth. I'm not getting shot back to space again.
Space was really boring. I'm just gonna stay here, I guess. But yeah. Besides that though, I think Gamera, everything about him is the same. His like abilities, movesets.
Same suit too.
Yeah. Although we learned, so he doesn't have to spin when he flies. He just
doesn't
because it's cool.
Yep. This is also the first time. I'm pretty sure. I feel like this happened in the movie. Let me know if this didn't happen and I'm wrong. Where he flies with his head and his arms out.
I believe
right.
He did not do that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a scene where he like tackles Gyaos.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious. He like just rockets himself more. Yeah. So,
you'll actually see him do that move a lot, where he's just flying with just his back legs in.
Makes sense, I guess. It's like a boost forward if you want to hit something.
But I also want to say I feel like the fight scenes in this movie are a lot better than they were in Barugan. Honestly,
I would definitely say so too. A lot more engaging. I don't know if it's because of Gyaos' like fact that he flies more, so it's much more dynamic.
Yeah,
but there's a lot more like unique settings in their fights, like getting carried, flying away.
Yeah, and there's a lot of really cool moments too in the fights. Like I love, and during their second fight when they fight outside of the city, and Gamera takes Gyaos to the harbor and tries to fucking drown him.
Yeah, that's a great scene. And Gyaos is hardcore as fuck, so he's like, I'm gonna fucking bite my foot off, my toes off. And just fucking sacrifices his foot.
Yeah, which is a really cool scene. And like also I feel like part of that is that I feel like the special effects, even though they're more inconsistent here than in Barugan, when they work really well.
Yeah.
Like I love the bit with the car when the car gets cut in half by Gauss's sound wave.
Yeah,
that's a really cool effect.
Definitely. I also really loved like when the helicopter gets shot down. Like it's kind of a goofy shot, but the way it was done just makes it really cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and Ton, you got something to say before this?
Oh yeah, I just was agreeing with you guys. I really love the fights here. They're a lot more dynamic, and it was kind of funny to title of this is Giant Monster Dogfight or
Yeah.
Mid-Air Battle.
Yeah.
And they actually have a dogfight.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Mhm.
That was a nice, like, exactly more an example of like more dynamic fight
Yeah.
scenes there.
Like I like how because Gyaos can fly, they can do more because Gamera can also fly, so you get to do more like Gamera's power set in the
Yeah.
fights.
Yep.
Because they have land battles, they have sea battles, and they have air battles, so it's just more engaging that way. And speaking of Gyaos, Gyaos is a really cool kaiju, and I got reminded of something when I was looking at the article I forgot about. Gyaos was based on Dracula. That's why he's a bat.
Really?
Yeah.
He drinks all that blood. Huh.
Yeah, and that's why he also burns in the sunlight.
Maybe he's a fucking vampire. I didn't pick that up for some reason.
Neither did I. But when I realized, it's like, oh, that makes sense. And if you look, like his wings even kind of look like a cape more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see it.
That's a really fun concept to me.
Yeah.
That is really
I like
interesting.
I like Gauss's personality too because Gauss is such an asshole. Like whenever you make a kaiju eat people, they instantly get more menace to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
And Gauss eats a lot of people.
Wait,
in
so are you
this.
telling me that Ebra was the first menacing kaiju around?
Well, you know what I mean, like overtly killing people.
Ebra ate just two people. That's all I'm saying. It's pretty nuts. But yeah, I agree. Like it's interesting. This first scene, he eats the guy first, right, and then
Yeah.
Eiichi comes out, and he's like, "Do I want to eat this kid?" He thinks about it for a sec, and then he puts him down. But he's like, "You know what? I am kind of hungry," and he's about to eat him.
Yeah.
But then I forget what scares him away.
Gamera.
Gamera?
Yeah, Gamera shows up.
Mhm.
And that was their first fight. Also, with this is the start of the Gamera movies getting like really bloody too, compared to the Godzilla ones. Like Barugun kind of had it, but this is where it gets like really bloody.
It's the thing. It's interesting because it's very bloody, but they've been making a conscious effort to make sure it's not like red blood. Like they've all had like green, like purple,
Yeah,
unique colored blood. It's interesting because it makes it look a lot more fatal. Which
yeah.
is cool to see. But it's funny when they're
While
using
still
green.
keeping it for the kids.
Yeah, it's like your fucking Genesis game. They're like, all right, green blood, like censor that shit.
Yeah.
Something. Go ahead, then.
Yeah, I really like the detail of the blood. It gives these movies a really different feel from Showa Godzilla. Well,
Yeah,
it's not like super gory, but just gives the battles this like almost like whoa, holy crap feel.
Yeah,
You got blood exploding out of
yeah.
them.
Also, something else I want to say. I really like Gauss's a beam attack being so unique, like it being a sound wave, which must have been based from bats, obviously, because
yeah.
Gauss has that bat motif. Is a really cool power set,
Mm-hmm.
and it's fucking deadly too. It slices right through Gamera quite a few
Yeah,
times.
like in the first fight, Gauss almost cuts off Gamera's arm, like a
Yeah.
buzzsaw. That was just such a cool move. Like, oh man.
See, it's kind of funny how also this shows me that even if the suit design doesn't look great, you could still make a really cool monster because, like, I'm sorry, everyone, the Gauss suit in this doesn't look the best per se. Like the teeth look silly, the eyes look painted on.
The eyes have been the thing I've noticed a lot for the last few
Yeah,
kaijus in Gamera.
but because they managed to do some really nice work with the fights and like giving Gauss such a personality, he's able to overcome the limits of his suit design, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I would
Definitely.
agree.
Which I think is really cool, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they work through the budget and the flaw like that to make a really interesting monster. One that
Yeah.
stands out a lot.
And it paid off too, because this is actually the highest grossing Gamera film of the Showa era.
Oh.
It's all downhill from here.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, like I definitely think this movie caught that happy medium between the
Mhm.
first two. It was the first one where I was genuinely like, yeah, this is a fun movie. And like
Yeah,
Gyaos is a cool monster, it's unique, and yeah. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, it's no problem. And that, like, I'm pretty sure that because this one made so much money is why Gauss is considered Gamera's arch enemy.
I think that's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, he made the most money. He's your arch nemesis now.
He does come back. I'm not going to say when and where though. Quite a few times actually.
Interesting.
I might as well just say it now. He's the only monster to come back.
Damn. Really?
Gamera-wise, yeah.
Kind of whack. Aw. Oh well.
Ton is just sitting here trying not to say anything.
I'm biting my toe out.
Well, Gyaos is definitely one of the coolest. Well, I mean, there's been 2 monsters, but still, he's one of the coolest ones so far.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you'll think of the later ones. They get pretty wild. I'm not gonna lie.
You know me, I'm down with wild monsters.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm really curious to see how you're gonna feel about the other ones, which will be interesting. We'll get to that though. Like also, something else which I wanted to say. Oh shoot, what did I have in mind? Oh yeah, something else I also find really fun in the Gamera movies is we're seeing a trend of the theme of the movie being not to be greedy with these ones, because like Barugan had the whole thing with the greed, and this one has that same message about not being greedy because the villagers get fucked over by it.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely like a thematic thing coming through these movies, which is nice to see, I guess.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because I know with the last one that's a very common thing with Japanese crime films, but I wonder if this one it's because it's a simple moral
that
for
makes
kids
sense
to learn.
considering like how most of these are targeted towards children. I think that's a nice message that's just easily gone across towards. I think even the kids would get.
Yeah, that was my
easily.
thinking. It's not a complicated message like you would see in some of the Showa Godzilla films, if that makes sense.
Doesn't feel like something you can kind of aim at kids. Like, hey, don't be like these guys when you grow up, kid.
I hope these have they bring back the moral of the day.
Crash really loves those morals of the day.
I love it. The end, I don't fuck with bats. They're not nice. Like something like that.
See, something else I forgot to mention with Eiichi earlier. I love the scene of him flying on Gamera's back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. With Eiichi on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I was like, okay, so he doesn't have to spin to fly. He can just be chill, and I like that. He's like, all right, he's on my back. I'm not gonna make him vomit.
Yeah.
That is the scene where Gamera gets his moniker of protector of children.
Aww.
And also friend to all children. At least here in this era.
What a homie.
Gamera's a good, wholesome lad.
Come a long way from accidentally murdering baby turtles.
Well, a turtle's not a child, Crash. It's not human.
Well, I was just saying because that turtle was pretty small. I don't know if that's just how big they were. The one Toshio had.
Chibi or Peely, whatever you want to call him.
Kiwi. I don't know, whatever his name was.
He's not from New Zealand, Crash. God.
Chili. I don't know. The mini turtle. And also almost killing Toshio too.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because if you look at like Gamera the super monster, not Gamera the super monster, Gamera the giant monster.
Giant monster.
I feel like they tried to set that up with him saving Toshio. It just doesn't work with the rest of his characterization per se.
He's like, I like kids, but I'm also gonna fucking destroy this entire city. But
yeah, because there are kids with those adults in the building birds.
Yeah,
if he's not aware of it, it's okay in his mind.
But like here, by making him overtly heroic, it works a lot better.
Yeah.
And I almost kind of wish they just started with that. Like, come on, did you have to rip off Godzilla so much in that first movie?
Yeah. It at least they're starting to find an identity for Gamera.
Yeah, that's the big thing too. I feel like this is the first one where they really get a sense of what they're going to be with Gamera. I think this is where Noriaki Yuasa kind of like fully commits to what he wants to do with the character and the franchise per se.
Yeah,
definitely.
Like especially after the failure of Barugan, I feel like Dai was like, okay, bring back Noriaki Yuasa. He knows to make this more for kids, and let's just make this more of a kids franchise. And I appreciate that over them trying to be Godzilla light.
Yeah, Definitely.
Yeah.
This is how you get more remembered with your movie like that.
Because, like, for as much as I do like Barugan, I feel like that one was also trying to be Godzilla light, but in a different way, like more trying to hit on the '60s Godzilla films rather than Gojira, like Gamera the Giant Monster was trying to do.
Yeah.
So it's neat to see Gamera find his identity, like you were saying, Crash. Oh boy, well, I am curious though how this next one will be, but oh man, I had a thought and I lost it. Shoot.
I'm trying to think what else there is to talk about with this movie.
See, there was one that I wanted to bring up though, but it wasn't that. It wasn't my lost. So I'll try to see if I can find it. But this is the first time we get the Gamera song too.
Oh, at the credits,
Yeah,
the really dang song. It was like,
yeah,
he is cool. He flies. I don't remember the lyrics, but it was something like that.
it's just the first Gamera song to come.
He gets his own album. Gamera's Jack of all trades.
Gamera, the singing monster.
I'm so proud of him.
Gamera is really neat.
Was that really one of the lyrics?
No.
I was gonna say I think I recall hearing something big. It was like it was funny though. And I was like,
what I was singing is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version.
Okay, you're right. Now that I finish these, I gotta watch like the Mystery Science Theater 3000 commentary once they've done.
The Gamera song is hilarious. The one which they make.
He is pretty neat. I'm not gonna lie.
It's this one, Crash.
Oh, okay, I'll have to watch.
yeah, you have to watch it after we're done because it's really funny. Damn it! I lost my train of thought here. I had something in mind. I forgot it. So let me see. If it comes to me, I'll say. If not, oh well. Did you guys have anything you wanted to add or discuss with this?
Not really.
Oh wait. Okay, it came back. I remembered. Okay, you want to know something funny, Crash?
Yes.
And maybe Tom, I forget Tony how you feel about this one. I think this is the first time where we do a year and you like the Gamera movie more than you like the Godzilla movie. Because the Godzilla movie of this year was Son of Godzilla, Minya's debut.
You're right. That's good job, Gamera. Okay, when is it going to be Son of Gamera?
It's funny because you think it would fit because he has he's the friend to all children, but he doesn't get like a proper son per se.
That's his character. He can never have a child, so he lives vicariously through the other children of the world. So that's why he's the protector of children. It all makes sense.
That's cool.
The continuity that Crash is making for Gamera here.
I'm filling in all the blanks myself.
Yeah, Crash is really fleshing out Gamera's character.
Katakawa, if you listen to this, put Crash in charge.
Come sign it. I'll write an EU novel for you, please.
the life and tribulations of Gamera in the Showa era.
It's a very complex, detailed backstory. What was he doing in the North Pole? Sleeping, probably. I don't know.
it just shows him on his world tour events.
Exactly. See him taking vacation photos, chilling out, tanning on the beach, going hiking, like just living the life.
Plus, he did it twice.
Exactly. He liked it so much he did it again.
Just all of his time between Barugan and Gyaos, what he was doing.
And that's why he came back and Gyaos was a good guy. He was like, yeah, it's pretty nice here. I like it.
Oh my god, canon.
But yeah, that is really funny though. I mean, I enjoy Gyaos, especially comparing the two. Like, yeah, I think I probably feel the same. I might have to rewatch Son of Godzilla sometime though, but I can't imagine I'd bump it up a lot more than I initially had.
Yeah, because because you really were not huge on Son of Godzilla. That was the start of the Minya trilogy, and you did not like any film of Minya in the show era. But ton. I forget how you felt about Son of Godzilla per se. I know you didn't love it. But would you put it over Gyaos, or would you put Gyaos over it?
I'd put Gyaos over it.
Wow! For once, Gamera getting a W.
Gamera gets a W in the show.
Gamera go.
Yeah, see, because it's really funny because, like, obviously in Giant Monster, we love Astro Monster. There was no chance.
Oh yeah,
Because that is literally Crash your favorite Godzilla movie.
Gamera had a lot to compete with, and just did not make it with that first movie.
And it was mediocre as hell. Sea Monster, I think Battery Gun's better than Sea Monster. Ibra, personally, but I know Crash, you definitely don't think that.
Yeah, I just wish there was just more interesting stuff going on in Battery Guns.
And Ton, I'm pretty sure you prefer Ibra over Battery Gun as well.
Yeah, Ibra was more fun. I'm sorry. I got a question.
The Sea Monster prevails.
But yeah, did you guys have anything else you wanted to discuss with Gyaos?
I don't.
I did have one.
Yeah.
Do we like this versus King Kong Escape?
Oh, that was the same year too. I forgot about that.
I had to check.
Yeah, I actually like King Kong Escapes over this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think King Kong Escapes was a lot of fun and had a really good villain too.
See, and this isn't against Gyaos because something else I wanted to say. Funny enough, Ishiro Honda actually sent him a Noriaki Yuasa a congratulation card when Gyaos was successful.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah. But I bring this up not to shit on Noriaki Yuasa or this one. I really think this film is good. It's just something about Honda's films usually have that certain charm and style to them.
Yeah, definitely.
That sets them apart for me.
Yeah. Escapes was still a really fun one, really unique too for King Kong.
Yeah, that was the most unique King Kong film until Skull Island 2 is the other thing. I'm curious now, what else came out in 1966 with Baragon? Let me look that up. I'm curious. Let me see. There was Ibra, Heart of the Deep. Ultraman began that year. That's interesting. Nothing else that we've watched yet on the show.
Interesting year for kaiju movies, though.
Pretty good. Well, yeah, because the Daimajin trilogy came out in that year too, and also War of the Gargantuas, which is actually a really big Toho kaiju movie. We need to cover that one.
We gotta see that sometime.
Yeah, and also that was the same year Batman vs. Godzilla got canceled, but that's a whole different topic.
Batman versus Godzilla.
Yeah. I'll fill you in afterwards, Crash, because that's not relevant here at all.
It's just Turtle Time.
And what else came out in 1965? I'm curious now. Oh yeah, Frankenstein versus Baragon / Conquest of the World. We'll be covering that soon. Wink, wink. That's a nudge.
Ooh.
Which will be interesting. But anyways, Tom, was that all you had to say?
Yeah.
All right. So, Crash, let me show you what we're doing next week with Gamera.
I cannot wait to see.
1 second. Let me grab the poster. Next time, we will be covering Gamera versus Virus.
Virus?
Yeah. Virus. I have no idea how to fucking say his name.
Is that like a squid?
Yep. An alien squid.
Space alien squid?
Yeah.
Wait, so he's going to space? Oh, hell yeah. Finally. I can't wait to see Gamera in space. I was promised that at the end of the Giant Monster.
And you didn't get it besides that one shot of the meteorite freeing Gamera.
Yeah, exactly.
He's going straight back to Earth.
It starts off in the beginning. He's like, all right, now we're going back to Earth. Sorry.
It's so funny because it's like they couldn't think of how to get out of it, so they just wrote it out practically.
I'm hip, yeah. He just got really lucky. Damn, well, that should be fun to see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Let's just put it there. Anyways, Crash, do you want to give your closing thoughts on Gamera versus Gyaos?
Yes. I'll say Godzilla. No, my bad. Gamera versus Gyaos is a really, really solid Gamera film. I liked it. It's a lot of fun. Gives me a lot of those classic Showa vibes. And so far, it's my favorite of the Showa Gamera stuff. So I definitely recommend it. It's a fun balance of like fun kaiju action, interesting humans, and just a fun movie overall. Best one so far, I say. I'd recommend it if you're looking for like a very basic, like casual kaiju movie from the show era.
Done.
Yeah, I have to echo Crasher. Gamera versus Gyaos is a fun movie. Like I've said with Showa movies, you have to be a fan of the Showa style, and if you are, I recommend it. It's fun. It's not the best kaiju movie ever or anything, but well made. A great origin for a Gyaos. Oh, yeah, I'll leave it there.
Wow.
Well made, lots of cool stuff. Recommend it.
Yeah, for me with Gamera vs. Gyaos, I would say if you want to check out Showa Gamera, check out this one. This is like the best option you've got in terms of Gamera in terms of Showa Gamera, I would say. Like, I'm like, yeah, sure, it's not the first, but I think it embodies the best of this era of Gamera. So I would really recommend checking this one out if you really want to know what Showa Gamera is about. All right, this has been episode 3 of the Gamera Roundtable. Next time we'll be covering, like I said, Gamera versus Virus, however the fuck you say his name. Until then, thank you for listening, and have a good